Our Collision 2018 coverage is proudly powered by Amazon Prime. Find out all the ways you can benefit from a Prime subscription and get a 30-day free trial by going to collision.live/prime and by audiobooks.com. Get a free trial and a free audiobook to keep at audiobooks.com using promo code TRY70. We have our next guest here. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
Sure. So my name is Loveleen Saxena, and I'm the construction project manager turned artist and the co-founder of Zilpini.
All right, so tell us about that.
So Zilpini, basically, before I start going into what we do, so Zilpini is the company that my husband and I started, and what we truly believe, the fundamental, like the foundation of Zilpini is the belief that we are all creative. Like you, me, all of us like have so much potential to come up with new ideas. But because we don't indulge in it on a regular basis, it really causes us increased stress. It reduces our productivity. It affects our overall well-being. And it just leaves us less satisfied, fulfilled with life. And then we take all of this to work where we are expected to be productive, highly, be on the go and solve problems day in and out. So coming from a project management background and being in that situation, I was like, okay, this doesn't make sense. There has to be some way where we are able to harness this power of creativity and creative outlet and bring that into the corporate environment. And if you're able to do that, the companies would benefit so much because it's going to really increase the engagement that employees have.
Right.
So that's why we decided to create Zilpini, which is basically a marketplace that makes it super easy for businesses to connect with local artists. And in doing so, you're bringing the experience of artists and you're sitting with artists, you're working besides them. And it opens up something in you. You're able to see things differently because you're working with artists who are all about imagination and creativity. So you're able to get so much out of it. You feel less stressed. You're feeling more productive because you're thinking things differently. And you're able to just come up with awesome ideas just by being in that situation. So basically, the Zilpini is a marketplace that makes it easy for businesses to connect with artists.
Well,
all you there, champ.
Oh, thank you so much. So I'm a local artist.
Local artist.
I'm an artist.
Oh, really? Awesome. And what do you do?
Usually just graphic design stuff, illustration, stuff like that.
A lot of comic book type stuff.
Can I pass stuff around?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. This is our logo, and this is basically it kind of sums up our, the message that we are all creative at heart. That's the core of it. And these are all the things we did last week. Magnets we brought here because we are exhibiting at Alpha tomorrow.
Okay.
So we're like, okay, this is all the stuff we created with our friends, family, change makers, as we call them, and write something inspirational for everyone.
Oh,
so
nice.
I definitely want our viewers to be able to see this, and you're in a better position to be able to aim this at that camera there for me.
So as an artist, how does
it's aimed
this
at you, not at me. So,
so how does this work for me as an artist? How would I get involved, or another local artist get involved with something like this?
Yeah, so our marketplace, basically, you as an artist would be able to create a profile on the marketplace. So you'll create, it'll ask you questions like, what do you do? What kind of things you offer? What's your story, your hobbies? So you create your profile, you set your schedule that, okay, hey, I'm a graphic designer. I want to teach introduction to graphic design, or I want to, teach people how to create a cool logo at the business, or just doodle or something, because I'm a doodler, so I do all this, all the time.
Really cool.
Sure.
Yeah, so you are able to create all of that, set up the schedule that, hey, I'm available Monday to Friday, for example, 8 to 12, or whatever your schedule is. And so once your profile goes live, you're on our website, and as a change maker or explorer, there will be businesses and individuals who will be also creating a profile there as somebody who wants to learn from the artist or bring the artist. And corporations are a big part of our marketplace, so they will be creating their profile. And then we will, for the corporations and the businesses, we are creating like a program for 3 to 6 months, which includes a combination of visual, performing, and healing arts, because
Okay.
all of each of these have so unique,
Right.
things that they bring to the to people.
Yeah, and people
And
respond to them differently, and different people respond to them differently.
Exactly. So you're just creating, we're creating a program where we need visual artists to bring, more focus or productivity, or just kind of help people loosen up.
Right.
And so these businesses will be able to select, hey, I want 3 classes a week for my employees. We have a team of 20 people. And we want you, and then so it's basically based on a program.
Okay.
And then you will be coming to the business and teaching something. For example, during lunch hour, we can have like short workshops, or a happy hour
A lunch and
creativity
learn.
station. Yeah, it's like bring a canvas to campus, and let's paint something together.
Okay.
But make it so much more fun and creative, and like a collaboration, that people just become more like disengaged, and at the same time they're taking all of this back to work and letting it out in work, basically.
That's awesome.
Because it allows, say, me as a business owner to add something, even for a half-hour lunch and learn. It gives me the ability to bring an energy into the building that may not
Absolutely.
normally be there, even if we have an in-house artist.
Exactly.
It may not be either the same type, or even we've got a graphic artist, but Nikia's personality totally different, and not familiar to us. He would bring a different energy into,
Yeah.
and get thought
Just-
processes changing.
Right, and
Oh.
even the employee
I
that you
love it.
have, they will be like, hey, I do this, I want to start creating more. I used to love it when I was a child. Now I don't do it anymore.
Right.
Let me just go and do a little bit every day after work, or kind of you're just inspiring people to. It's like it's sleeping in our system, basically, because
Yeah.
we're so busy with our lives and other
Yeah.
things,
Right.
right? So you're just kind of creating this community and the vibration of creativity, and that's what helps us in
So,
the
like,
end. Yeah.
As a corporation, so when I say I'm looking for this, does the system show me all of the artists that fit that criteria, and that's how I find them, or is there a way for like an artist to search for businesses too as well?
that
So
would be
it will be where, so we will, when we it will be more for businesses. We will
Okay.
have some extra steps for the artists to make
Okay.
sure they are kind of okay with teaching and sharing their skills at a business. So there'll
Right.
be more
Sure.
extra steps for them.
Okay.
And so when the businesses are able to create the filter, they will have like a set of artists that will just show up who will be able to do this.
Okay.
So, but right now we are at a stage, because we are at a very early startup stage. So it's
you're a
slowly.
red tag. We
yeah,
got it.
exactly. So it's all these features. We have like a big picture, but we are only at like few earlier steps.
Okay.
Our marketplace is like 70% done, but there's still things that we need to
gotta
add.
work out tweaks
yeah,
and stuff like that.
exactly. Yeah.
I like this idea.
Yeah, I really
Does-
like this.
Will the artist be able to set his own price?
Oh, absolutely.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when we work with corporations, they will be we will come up with some sort of guidelines, because that's what we want to start going and doing some pilot programs to learn about what businesses want and what their needs are, what kind of
Right.
issues they're feeling, and so it's kind of more standard, which gives them like, okay, it's not like one person is charging X and another is charging.
Right.
Everybody is free to do whatever, but probably for when it comes to packages, it'll be more guideline based.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
But you can still go and be invited to get together at somebody's weekend gathering, and you can have any price that you want. So it's
Okay.
very flexible based.
Okay.
It's basically for
So-
the artists. Yeah.
So when a corporation maybe is searching for a thing,
Mhm.
they may say, this is what we're looking for. We're
Right.
looking for a graphic artist in this price range.
Mhm.
But if I'm doing a work retreat, we're
Mhm.
going to a thing, we're trying to come up with the next great idea, and we want to bring in
Mhm.
some of that different energy. We just go search for an artist and go, this person sounds good, and he has set the price to whatever.
Yeah.
This is what it costs for me to come out and do your weekend retreat.
Exactly.
Got
You can pick it by artist, or you can say, hey, I want my employees to be more engaged at work. We want them to be more creative, or they're feeling very low energy. So let's look at the problem, and then it'll come up with solution, which
Okay.
is these artists would be able
Okay.
to help your
Okay.
employees with that. So it'll work both
Understood.
ways. You'll be able to search for artists, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Will there be sort of like a built-in system for rating? Like, let's say a
Yes.
business
Okay.
is using an artist a bunch of
Absolutely.
times and he's really good, but another business, they want to know if this guy is really good. He'll have like a rating system, and then they'll be like, oh, we have to get this guy because.
Yes, and
Okay.
it'll be two ways. So artists will be able to rate the business and the individuals, and the businesses will be able to rate the artists. So, businesses also kind of have to be like, okay, we can't really
I like
take
this.
advantage or,
Yeah. This
and
is
How
This
close
is great.
are we to finishing or getting? Do you have like a release date for the?
he wants to set up a profile when we're done with the interview, is
Like
what he's
right
saying.
now.
I need your call after that, yeah.
So how close to that is he?
So we are at a stage where our marketplace is around 70% done.
Okay.
But for the past few months, our focus has shifted a lot to kind of engaging with the customers, getting customers, and
Okay.
getting more and more artists on board. So
Right, because you
Okay.
want to have like a when you launch,
community
you want to have
already.
people already ready in
Yeah,
place.
so we are. So that's why we are here, because we need to finish the rest 30% and
Okay.
test it out in the market. We have already had some workshops in Houston area, but we want to make it like a pilot program where we can go to the businesses and say, hey, we have these artists, and you don't have to worry about the funds. Let's
Sign me up.
Awesome. That's what we want.
So obviously, you're an early stage. We like the idea, which means we want to see you guys stick around, which means we need to know what's your revenue model. So
Yes.
how are you going to pay to keep going?
So it's going to be based on service fee model.
Okay.
And it's because we feel that's what we feel it'll work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll take something from the artist, like 15. We haven't still decided, but
Sure.
probably like 15-20%
Okay.
from the artist,
So
and
there's
something.
a percent,
Yes, and it'll be the same
percentage
for
on the transactions.
Yes,
business.
exactly.
Okay.
And we're still debating if we want to have a subscription model for the artists, but we do want to encourage them to create successful businesses
Yeah.
and provide resources like classes and workshops that can help the artist grow as an entrepreneur and as a business person
Awesome.
too. So we might add the subscription model to the artist, but it'll be more for the maintenance and upkeep of the marketplace.
Okay.
But yeah, our market
Great.
is so big, and once it spreads to the world, I think everybody needs to be creative, and so everybody potentially is our client.
I think you're going to have no trouble getting artists excited about this.
Thank you. Thank
Now,
you.
if an artist or a company or somebody is interested in finding out more about your product, how can they do that?
So you can sign up on our website, which is zilpini.com, zilpini.com. And you can just log on, get on our newsletter, and that's where we post all the updates about launch dates and what events are happening. And you can also follow us on Instagram. We are very active on Instagram, so it's zilpini.changemakers on Instagram. Facebook, we have Zilpini Changemakers. Hopefully, you're writing it down.
Don't worry. On the final
Oh, it's
on the
the-
final thing, there'll be a graphic up.
And Twitter, it's Zilpini Creative. So you can find us tons of different places. And if you're in Houston, because right now we are launching in Houston, we are always going to different events, and we are setting up new workshops. So hopefully you'll find us through one of these avenues.
Fantastic.
I love
Well,
it.
We really appreciate you taking the time to come talk
Thank
to us today.
Thank you.
And
It was
hopefully
fun.
Collision is going to be a success for you.
Yeah, we are excited to be here. Thank
Very
you.
cool.
Thank you.
Have a good
All
one.
right, you too.